Here's Veronica and Jackie, real customers.
I didn't know that I could get something for a lot less money that was actually better than who I was with before.
Anytime anybody complains about their cell phone bill, we say, you've got to check out Consumer Cellular.
And now for a limited time, new customers can get their second month free when they use promo code SECONDFREE. Just call, click, or bring us your bill and see how much you can save. Because when it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit a store near you, or consumercellular.com and use code SECONDFREE to get a free second month. Real people pay to share their opinions, and this ad plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Trust the professionals at Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions. Buying or selling, they'll make your dreams come true. Here's commercial property and development expert Rick Meyer.
Lincoln County has seen tremendous growth, and especially in residential, but along with that brings commercial development opportunities. Meyer & Company Real Estate's really tried to focus, and a lot of my direct focus has been on how can we bring good growth to our area, bring the services that we need. I think there has been a lot of interest by commercial developers to come and bring projects to, and we're right in the middle of it. There is a lot of interest in multifamily apartments or villas. Bottom line, not everybody can afford to buy a new house or find a place of their own on acreage. We really do have a need for multifamily and rental properties, whether it's a retail type operation. We're trying to attract those type businesses to the area as well.
Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions, North Lincoln Drive in Troy, 636-462-5555. Online at MeyerListings.com.
Live from the Gateway Fiber Studios, online at GatewayFiber.com. News Radio 105.3, 1280 KYRO Troy. It's 10 o'clock in the Heartland.
News. I'm Paul Stevens. Pope Leo XIV, the first American pope, officially installed pontiff at a mass in St. Peter's Square earlier today. He called for world peace.
We are called to offer God's love to everyone in order to achieve that unity which does not cancel out differences.
The pontiff through an interpreter. A Mexican Navy tall ship slamming into New York's Brooklyn Bridge late last night, leaving 2 dead, 2 critically hurt, and others injured.
It hit the underside of the Brooklyn Bridge around 8:30 last night. The 2 people who died were crew members who reportedly fell from one of the ship's masts.
Fox's Chanley Painter, the ship's captain, reported losing power in a car explosion Saturday outside of Palm Springs, California fertility clinic, leaving 1 person dead, 4 hurt. Police say the dead person is the likely bomber. America is listening to Fox News.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Need life insurance but have diabetes, high blood pressure, or on anxiety meds? If you're a 50-year-old male, even porky, or with type 2 diabetes, $1 million of life insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. For affordable term life insurance, call Term Provider and speak with Big Lou at 800-444-2013, 800-444-2013, or visit biglou.com. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. 800-444-2013.
I'm Lauren Simonetti, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Stocks ending higher for the day and week, even as a preliminary reading of consumer sentiment fell to its lowest level on record in May, as the potential impact of tariffs weighs heavily on American households. The Dow up 332 points and turning positive for the year. The Nasdaq up 99, S&P 500 up 41, and it was a good week for Nvidia stock. Its shares rose 0.5% on Friday and were up 15% for the week, lifted by optimism about a deal that would send millions of its chips to the United Arab Emirates over several years, and a smaller pact with Saudi Arabia. In addition, Nvidia plans to open a research and development center in Shanghai, its latest effort to maintain a foothold in China. And the U.S. has lost its last AAA credit rating, Moody's downgrading the U.S. government due to large fiscal deficits and rising interest costs. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Hillary Barsky, invested in you.
I'm Benjamin Hall, Fox News senior correspondent and New York Times best-selling author, and I'm searching for heroes. Every Monday, I'll speak with a few silent but noteworthy heroes, everyday people who illuminate stories of compassion and are true embodiments of heroism. Make sure you subscribe to my podcast, Searching for Heroes with Benjamin Hall, wherever you download podcasts, and please leave a rating and a review.
King Scott here, and I'm with John Lang, owner of Mount Top Motor Company. John, tell us about the latest sales you guys have going on.
King, we don't have one.
What? You're an auto dealership. You have to have some kind of sale going on.
Nope, no quote, unquote sale going on at our place. And you know why?
Why?
Because usually those sales promotion at other dealerships, they're BS, man. Most of the time they're robbing Peter to pay Paul somewhere, and we don't play those games at Mountaintop. We're not about sales, we're about true savings.
I like that. No sales, just savings. You're saying come in, check out the inventory, and you guys will prove that your pricing is always super competitive.
Correct. We've got so much great inventory in the lot right now. Many vehicles starting at $15,000 or lower. And with our great prices, we're confident we can get you set up the right way.
You heard it. Great pricing, great inventory, great people to work with. And there's a reason Mount Top Motor Company has over 1,000 5-star reviews. Please don't settle for just any dealership. Aim higher and go visit the good guys in Troy. MountTopMotors.com, Facebook, and Instagram.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Isaac Lowenkron.
We begin at the NBA, where ESPN just reported that Denver forward Aaron Gordon will need several weeks to recover from his left hamstring strain, making it physically improbable for him to play in Game 7 of the Western Conference semifinals today at Oklahoma City, tip-off at 3:30 Eastern. In Game 6 of the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs on Saturday night, the Dallas Stars defeated the Winnipeg Jets at overtime 2-1 to win the series 4-2 and advance to the West Final against the Edmonton Oilers. Thomas Harley, the series winner, just 133 into overtime. Golf, after 3 rounds of the PGA Championship, Scotty Scheffler has a 3-shot lead at 11 under par overall after shooting a 6 under par 65 in round 3 on Saturday. Baseball Saturday night, the Minnesota Twins won at Milwaukee 7-0 for their 13th consecutive win.
News Radio KYRO weather from the Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions Weather Center. Online at MeyerListings.com. Clear sky in Troy. Getting down to 57 overnight tonight. Monday's high will be in the mid-70s. Heavy intensity rain likely. Temperatures in the upper 70s forecast on Tuesday. Currently in Troy it's 65. In Warrenton it's 64 degrees. Perfect homes, commercial real estate or farm ground. Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions. Online at MeyerListings.com. I'm Erica Walters.
Well, good Sunday morning. It is a beautiful, beautiful morning here in East Lincoln County, north of St. Louis. Sunny skies, hardly any clouds. It's a little cool out there, but you know, it's going to warm up. It's a beautiful day, considering what we've gone through on Friday. A lot of storms, but then yesterday, today, beautiful weather, and wow. But it's time right now. We are live in the Gateway Fiber Studios of News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO. This is Uncensored Wrestling Talk. And of course, you can also join us on the Facebook feed of the radio station. You can find that on Facebook, KYRO 1280 AM, 105.3 FM. Of course, also on Traveling East Productions, Facebook, YouTube, Rumble. Go like and subscribe, as well as Uncensored Wrestling Talk's Facebook page. I am Sarge Phillips, and with me this morning, as per usual, just getting here, sitting down. Let me turn his mic on.
Morning.
He is our resident referee. He's Mr. 1, 2, 3.
It's not the same without him here.
I know, right?
Yeet.
He's HD Daniels. Good morning, my friend. How are you?
Morning. Good morning.
And as a special guest this morning, he is one half of the NWA World League Tag Team Champions. He's got a big match coming up on June the 7th, which we're going to talk about here in just a little bit. He is the Sergeant at Arms, Blade Lennox. Good morning, my friend.
Good morning, good morning.
A fellow brother, a fellow veteran as well. And we've got a lot of stuff to get into and talk about, especially that June the 7th event. But first, let me tell everybody, video broadcasts of the shows here on KYRO are brought to you in partnership with Traveling Ace Productions and made possible by Blue Line Lawn Care and Landscaping, Original Crow Feather Crystal Healing Jewelry, Pickle on the Run, Country State of Mind Designs. You can find all those awesome businesses on Facebook, Instagram, and X as well. And HD,
yes,
we are also on X as well.
We're at UW Talk KYRO.
And there we are, and there we have it. Fans, I'm telling you right now, I've said this so many times in the past, and I'm going to always keep on saying it. Get your tickets right now. HarleyRace.com. The next live event for World League will be June the 7th at the Race Wrestling Arena as WLW presents Overdrive. If you wait until the day of, you could very well be on the outside looking in and not able to get in. We've had so many times where our events have sold out, and even double sellouts. Blade, you've seen this happen so many times. HD, you've seen it happen so many times that fans are on the outside upset that they can't get in. Well, you should have gotten your tickets earlier, right? I mean, now that night, we've got basically 2 matches that we know is going to happen so far. And in the coming weeks, we'll find out more. However, the NWA World Television Champion, Carson Drake, is coming to the Race Wrestling Arena, and he's looking to add more gold to his shoulder. He's going after the NWA's World League Champion, Grand Regent Camaro Jackson. What a huge matchup, HD, that one's going to be.
I can't wait to see it.
Blade, what do you think about that? What's your thoughts on Carson Drake and Camaro Jackson, for that matter?
Well, you knew when WLW partnered up with NWA, we'd start seeing some of these NWA stars come in, and
we've had a lot.
Yeah. And I think this is going to be a test for Camaro, but he's Camaro Jackson, man. He's the Grand Regent, so I think it's going to be a test for him, but I think he's going to come out on top because he is the WLW heavyweight champion. I mean, he fought tooth and nail to get where he is today, and I don't think he's going to let anybody come in and take that belt off of him.
A year and a half journey that he went under to capture that championship finally from Superstar Steve. But, there's a determining factor that everybody is forgetting about. He's been at that arena before. He's cost gold before inside that arena. And, of course, I'm speaking about the manager of champions, Aaron Stevens, who is Carson Drake's manager. He cost the Deliverer Moses that NWA World League Wrestling Junior Heavyweight Championship. Got in there and one punch. That's all it took, was one punch with that. I think it was a loaded glove, to be quite honest. But one punch to knock out Moses, and Raheem De La Suey became the new champion, the new junior heavyweight champion. So if he shows up, well, I tell you what, Camaro is going to have eyes in the back of his head, to be honest about it.
I think Camaro will be up for any challenge.
I would love to know what the end game is with Aaron, because he seems to come in, now that we're under the NWA umbrella, he's come in and he's starting to, as you said, he infiltrated the Moses and Raheem match. What is he going to do with this Camaro Carson match? I'm just curious what his end game is. He obviously is scheming, and I would love to figure out what it is he has planned for WLW.
And of course, he not too long, only a 15-minute match. But then again, that championship, it's only detested under 15-minute matches that I know of anyway. If it had gone any longer, I had a bad feeling that Aaron Stevens would have gotten himself involved somehow, some way.
Probably.
He always does. He always does when it comes to his guys. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with this one. But then also, NWA's World League Wrestling Tag Team Championships will be on the line as Blade Lennox, the Sergeant-at-Arms, yourself and your tag team partner, the astonishing one, Austin Mulitalo, will defend those championships against S.K. Bishop, Campbell Myers, the Premier. Your thoughts first on that tag team.
Oh, I got to mind my P's and Q's. I know we're on the radio here. I don't even understand why management decided they deserved another shot. That's my first question, is because as we saw in video evidence, they attacked me 2 days before the match. They took out my knee and then cowardly ran off. I still showed up for the match. I told Austin I was not in 100%. I had already been battling nerve damage in my neck. Now I'm dealing with an injury to my knee. Fine. Doesn't matter. I am the NWA, one half the NWA WLW Tag Team Champions. I am showing up.
Sure.
Then on the walk to the ring, they attack me from behind again. The Premier does. Attacks my knee again. And I'm forced to withdraw from the match. So what happens, Sarge? 2-on-1.
Yep.
The Premier against Mulitalo. And who came out on top? Mulitalo.
Your boy Mulitalo did. Yeah, for sure.
So why is there another match? They can't take on Mulitalo alone. And now you want a match with us two. And that's fine. They'll get their chance. But I'm out for blood now, man. I'm going to have more to say about this later. Because I've got to collect my thoughts. Right now I'm hobbling around on crutches. I've got to somehow find a way to get myself to overdrive. But they're going to run into a brick wall. They're gonna realize they've made some mistakes here, and we're gonna get stuff sorted.
Well, I'll tell you, after that match had happened at the last event that you're talking about, I had an interview with Austin Mulitalo, and he is actually the one that put out the challenge to the Premier for June the 7th. So I guess in all purposes, you could blame your tag team partner for putting the belts on the line at the next event.
There will be no blame to pass around, especially for my tag team partner. But I will say, he is a young man. He is a young man. I am 39 years old, turning 40 this year. You know, I don't take as many chances as I did when I was young.
Sure.
But he is a young man playing a young man's game, and I'm along for the ride. So if Mully decided they were warranted another chance, then fine. Well, I guess that's what we'll do.
You get a chance at revenge.
That's right.
I think, yeah. I mean,
redemption.
Exactly. I think that was more the driving force of the fact that they had attacked you that night, and you guys believed that they were the ones behind the attack on that, a couple of days beforehand. But again, doing an interview with the Premier that night, and I was trepidatious because I was not happy myself about the things that was going down. So I had to watch my P's and Q's with that interview. But Campbell Myers said in no certain terms that they were not behind the attack on that Thursday night at training. So if it wasn't them, who? Right?
Come on. You can't believe that, Sarge.
You can't believe it.
Just look at the timing, man. 2 days before the match, I get attacked.
It's too coincidental.
So they can say whatever they want, but I don't believe it.
And, of course, that evening, we will also have Skylar Sparks, Cameron Burnett, the Deliverer Moses, and so many more other folks in action that night. Get your tickets for June the 7th, WLW Overdrive, HarleyRace.com. Don't wait. That's all I can say. Don't wait on it. You do, you're going to be on the outside looking in. Now, next weekend, we have got so many different events going on. It's going to be hard to keep up with, HD, because Saturday night main event on Saturday night. And then on Sunday, we've got AEW's Double or Nothing. And then also NXT's Battleground. Granted, it's a lot, but man, what a time to be a wrestling fan right now.
Do you like these weekend-long wrestling spectaculars?
You know, from time to time, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
We just had WrestleMania, though.
It's true. It's true. And, you know, of course, WrestleMania is now a bona fide 2-night event every year.
By the time 11 p.m. rolls around, when AEW's still on, I want you to say this again, that you're still excited.
So here's my thing. If you're a youngin', there's no better time to be alive and be a wrestling fan. You got all the time in the world. You got wrestling on. How many different big companies, promotions putting out stuff? It's wonderful. But for us old guys with jobs and wives and kids, you know, you're lucky to catch one show and even half of that show. But
well, I mean, if you think about it, if you're watching everything, right? The pre-shows, depending on which company it is, sometimes it's an hour before the event, sometimes it's 2 hours before the event. So let's say, you know, for argument's sake, the event starts at 7 o'clock in the evening. The pre-show starting at 5, you're watching from 5 o'clock until the end of that show, which is usually somewhere between that 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock hour. And then afterwards, there's a post-media scrum as well. So, and that one usually lasts about a good hour to an hour and a half. So you're watching stuff from 5 o'clock in the afternoon until almost 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. So, I mean, I think that's pretty doggone cool myself. But it does get crazy when it's 3 or 4 days right in a row like that. But, you know, we've seen WrestleMania be a 2-night event for several years now. This year, for the first time, it'll be SummerSlam that's going to 2 nights. Blade, what's your thoughts on these, let's call them the big four, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series. What's your thoughts on those particular events going to 2 nights instead of just 1 night?
So, had you asked me this, if this were happening 10 years ago, I'd say I think it's a mistake. But I think at this point, with the evolution of WWE's roster, I think you have so many big names now, so many superstars to present, that you do have the roster that can fit a 2-night event. I specifically would have loved to see Royal Rumble have that treatment before SummerSlam, and here's why. It's overloaded, man. You have the women's Royal Rumble, you have the men's Royal Rumble, you have the secondary matches. For me, I would love to see the men's Royal Rumble main eventing one night, the women's Royal Rumble main eventing the other night, and then have some secondary matches as well. And it is my favorite event, so I'm a little biased when I talk about it, but I could definitely see a world where these 4 main events are over 2 nights. I think they're special enough. They have enough history behind them. And again, the rosters, and I hope to talk about it a little bit because we did have a roster debut recently for WWE that's been huge. We've had a few debuts with Rey Fenix and Pentagon, and it's becoming incredible with the way that Triple H is adding to this WWE roster, and I just think we're in for a really nice show.
Well, we'll get back to your thoughts here in just a few moments. We're gonna go ahead and take our first break here in the first hour of Uncensored Wrestling Talk. When we come back, more with HD Daniels, more with Blade Lennox, right after this.
New and used firearms, gun repair, and all types of outdoor accessories on Main Street in downtown Winfield. Black Flag Outfitters. Check us out on Facebook or stop by at 203 Main Street in Winfield. 636-358-0992.
Save big on everything for your next project when you shop at Menards. Finish your painting projects faster with GE Painters Pro Caulk. It's flexible and offers lasting adhesion, making it ideal for both indoor and outdoor applications. The quick-drying caulk creates a durable, water-resistant seal, and it's paint-ready after 30 minutes. Save big on GE Painters Pro Caulk. Plus, check out the weekly flyer on Menards.com for plenty more great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
Award-winning severe weather coverage when it counts. 24/7 from News Radio 105.3, 1280 AM. Powered by the Quiver River Electric Cooperative, a Touchstone Energy cooperative.
Depend on it.
Well, welcome back, Uncensored Wrestling Talk. We are on the air. Of course, I am Sarge Phillips, and I'm joined this morning by the one and only resident referee of ours, Mr. 123
Yeet.
HD Daniels, and our very special guest. He is the NWA's World League Tag Team Champion, one half of that championship. He is WLW's own Sergeant at Arms, Mr. Blade Lennox.
Yeet.
Yeet.
There
I
you
like
go.
it.
Yeah.
I like it. He's
The
a
chair.
Yeet fan. I love it.
The chair needs to yeet more.
Now, that's not going to make our super fan, the nematode Nelly himself, Tim Williams, very happy because this morning he's already on the Facebook with us. He says, "Good morning, Uncensored Wrestling Talk Nation," and then also, "Nice to see no yeet."
He didn't see no yeet today.
That's right. You're seeing all kinds of yeet there, super fan. All kinds of yeet. Now, we were talking about debuts before we went to break. Pentagon Dart, Penta, however you want to call him. Ray Phoenix as well. But I tell you what, for me personally, I am so excited that Jeff Cobb is now a part of WWE. JC Mateo. I'm going to call him Jeff Cobb. That's his name to me. You know, for me personally, the very last pay-per-view before all that crazy COVID stuff happened was Ring of Honor's Gateway to Honor. And Jeff Cobb was a part of that. And I was fortunate to be able to be backstage and visit with a lot of the guys and the gals well before that event happened. And the one that I spent the most time with, almost an hour and a half, just talking and getting to know, was Jeff Cobb. Now, he might 5 years later, he might be changed. It's possible. But, man, I tell you what, such a down-to-earth kind of guy, and went to college here in the state of Missouri as well. A lot of people didn't know that. Went to Southeast Missouri. So, yeah, a wonderful, wonderful debut, I thought. Took it right to LA Knight. Caused a loss for LA Knight, to be quite honest about it. So, your thoughts there, Blade?
Well, that's the debut I was talking about. Just a massive, massive talent, and I think what we're seeing, I think it's widely known that Vince didn't like established guys. Mm-hmm. He wanted to establish the guys, and if anybody made a name for themselves out there, which is crazy, by the way, to have this way of thinking. Like, if they are capable of making a name for themselves without WWE backing, then what do you think would happen with WWE backing? So I think what we're finally seeing is Triple H are giving these guys a chance, including Jeff Cobb, including Solo Sikoa, including Jacob Fatu. I mean, I remember seeing Fatu at an MLW event in 2019, and I was just like, this guy. Him and Hammerstone, just blown away, and I was like, "Why is this guy not in WWE?"
Right,
6 years ago, and he's just put on clinic after clinic after clinic since then. And I think him being in WWE, I mean, to me, night one of WrestleMania, that match he had with LA Knight, one of the best by far. It was a tremendous match. So yeah, I think it's amazing that WWE has some of these new faces for them who have made names outside of WWE, who now get an opportunity on the big stage and deserve that opportunity.
HT?
Yeah, I'm liking that it's not all NXT guys that are coming in. I like it's people that's all over the place.
Absolutely.
So.
Now, before he got injured, in that War Games match that we saw back at Survivor Series, Bronson Reed, he's about halfway through his rehab and stuff. Can you imagine? Because he was it might have been a one night only type thing, but still, he was a part of the new bloodline, we should say. Can you imagine a tag team of Jeff Cobb and Bronson Reed? Oh my gosh!
What would you call him?
Yeah,
I like doing this to him.
The South Pacific Nightmare.
Okay,
could dig it.
The South Pacific Nightmares.
Fair enough.
Go.
I will say
He always tries to put me in a spot. Always.
Bronson Reed is another one of my favorites. Back when he got cut for the first time by WWE, I was like, what are they doing?
Yep.
Oh, he's so talented. He gives me Bam Bam vibes, and Bam Bam was one of my
for sure
first big favorites.
And with those type of big guys, you wouldn't think that they're as agile and cat-like maneuverability, then that and then some with those type of guys now.
Mm-hmm.
It's just tremendous. It's really awesome to see.
Yep.
So, well, let's go ahead and jump into some of this stuff going on over this past week. HD, what are some of your takes from this week's wrestling in general?
Raw was all right. I had fun watching Raw. My biggest take this week so far is that SmackDown is extremely repetitive. It's really hard for me to get past it. The matches may be slightly different, but how often are we going to see the same stuff that we've been seeing since the beginning of the year, I think?
So when you're talking about things being repetitive, give us some examples.
So how often are we going to see Chelsea Green and Michin on the same screen? I understand Alexa Bliss was in the match, but can we move away from this? How often are we going to see LA Knight in this new bloodline? How long? I've lost track how long that's been going on.
That's been going on for at least the last 6, 7, 8 months.
Right. Let's move on.
You were done with it.
It's just, okay, I'm going to turn on SmackDown. It's a 3-hour show. It's a Friday night. Oh, it's the same show as last week. How often are we going to see Drew versus Damian Priest? I understand they have a big cage match coming up.
They do.
Drew has been doing the same promo. For weeks, months. It's just, come on.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
That's my big takeaway. But then they won me back with a couple of the actual wrestling matches. So the main event was great. Nia versus Tiffany. I was super into that match. It was great.
It was very good.
Yeah.
It is very, very good. Tiffany Stratton has come a very long way in a very short amount of time, to be quite honest about it. Blake, what are your thoughts on what HD was talking about?
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. I think on the other side of the coin with AEW, you have Collision, technical difficulties. They lost 30 minutes of their show. You can't have stuff like that happen. So it's AEW. I was a huge fan of AEW. They got me back into wrestling in 2019, and I fell away because of a lot of the issues that the internet wrestling community have called them out for. And I just wonder how long it's, how many issues can they have before things start kind of falling away.
So I was at a show last night. I didn't know that AEW had technical issues.
Around, when we're talking Central Time, of course, with us being here in the middle of the States, but it was around about 8:30 or so. They're doing this special for Steve Mongo McMichaels, who just passed away not too long ago.
R.I.P.
And they've got Dean Malenko, Steve's wife, the Nature Boy Ric Flair is there. They're talking about Steve McMichael, and then all of a sudden, Black Adam starts.
Oh, no.
The movie Black Adam. And I was like, what the heck is going on here? Where did AEW go?
That's TKO taking over.
Yeah, right. Ooh, shots fired. Shots fired. But no, with so much going on in the world of professional wrestling, right now is not a time to be having those kind of issues. That's a good way to... I mean, you've got your diehards, your AEW diehards, who aren't going to leave AEW for nothing. But your casual fans that are watching and seeing something like that going on, well, shoot. Their main event for last night on Collision was Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara against the Crew. And the winner of that was going to go up against the Hurt Syndicate at AEW's Double or Nothing. So that's a big match with stipulations there. and we don't get to see it. Your casual fan, why come back? Why come back if we're going to have these kind of issues? Why stay in tune to a product that is doing that? Why stay in tune to a product where, like we've talked about before, like you're talking about with SmackDown, the same matches over and over, some tweaks here and there, of course, but still in essentially the same product week in and week out, and then they wonder why they're losing numbers. Go ahead, Blake.
I think look at the reception of Rey Fenix and Penta in WWE. Look at what they've been able to accomplish in just a short amount of time, and it really makes me wonder about guys like Wardlow, Powerhouse Hobbs. There's some real talent in AEW who over a couple years have been, I don't want to say squandered, I get it, but I think put on the back burner in a way that has been detrimental to them.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, and I just wonder what will happen when AEW or WWE gets their hands on them, because you see Rey and Penta, they have been so embraced in the WWE community, and in a way that they never were in AEW. They were beloved in AEW, but they just weren't used like superstars.
Right.
And I think when you see them in that spot, they rise to the occasion. And I would love to see AEW give more of those guys a chance. And if they don't, then I would love to see them go to WWE and get some real spotlight on them.
Now, with Wardlow, of course, he's been off our TV screens for, 4, 5, 6 months now.
Yeah.
And even from that point forward, there's been no word. Is he injured again? Is he just being put on the back burner? Did they think that what was going on at that particular time just wasn't working, and they have to go into a different direction? You know, all that kind of sort of things play into it. But I mean, same thing with Jungle Boy / Jack Perry. Word is he's not injured. He's not injured at all. So why are we not seeing him doing things with the Elite? The Elite, Nick and Matt Jackson, they take off for a good 6, 7, 8 months
with no word.
I enjoyed that, though.
Yeah, I will say I enjoyed that as well.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie.
This is an ongoing issue, and that's the problem.
Exactly.
This isn't happening 1 or 2 times. This is something that happens over and over and over and over and over again. Something stops working. They get rid of the person for a few months. They don't tell us anything about it. They don't come up with any reason why this person can't be here. Nothing. They just disappear. The story ends, and that's it. We'll move on to the next one, and I think, it's having an effect. It really is.
Yeah. And here we are coming up within just a couple of months from, well, basically AEW's WrestleMania, All In, down in Texas. And now is the time, really, to start building towards that. You're only a month and a half out.
They'll still have 15 matches.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
And you know what, Blake? We've talked about this quite a few times on the show here. I want to know what your thoughts are. When one night event, to include the pre-show, and you've got anywhere between 13 and 16 matches. What do you think about nights that are like that?
I don't want this to be like me just disparaging AEW the whole time, but this is what happens when you have a booker that doesn't know what they're doing. That's what happens. And I think Tony's great for starting an organization.
Fired.
I think
you'll never work for them.
I don't plan on it. I'm 40 years old, so I'm living my dream at the moment anyway. But no, my thing is Tony's surrounded by really, really, really smart wrestling minds, and he's not listening to them enough. And that's been a problem across the board from the beginning.
Yeah.
And so I think Tony needs to give up some reins, let some people that know how to book a wrestling event book the wrestling event, and start letting them have a little more control.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, Tony, you're great. You've been a big-time wrestling fan, but that doesn't mean you know how to book. It doesn't. You got to be around the sport. You have to understand it, like to its like finite details. Like you can't just be a casual, not a casual fan, an obsessive fan, and just watching it and think you know how to put an event together, because it won't work.
Yeah.
15 matches is too much. You're going to burn out the audience. It doesn't matter how incredible that main event is. They're going to be bored by the time they get there.
Yeah.
Any human on earth, it doesn't matter how big of a wrestling fan you are, is not going to last through 15 matches. It's impossible.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna say something here that it may or may not resonate with a lot of folks out there, but it's happened. I can't deny it. There's been nights where
exchanges, so we're very versed in how to exchange farm ground for other farm ground. So it's something that we do on a daily basis, and we really enjoy doing it.
We are the #1 stop in the region for buying and selling residential, commercial, and farm real estate. We've been serving the area for more than 40 years, and we do it with pride.
It's still a pretty strong seller's market. Dollars per acre is still high. If you're able to connect with a good agent and you can find something off market, we do that all the time, and we're able to still get some deals out there here and there.
Dan Stokes.
You can either call my cell phone at 314-971-0654, or you can call the brokerage at 636-462-5555.
Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions, North Lincoln Drive in Troy, 636-462-5555. Online at MeyerListings.com.
Weber Chevrolet. In the auto business, you don't just automatically stick around for 120 years. You gotta earn it. We've come a very long way from selling wagons and farm implements and the like on the riverfront where the Arch now stands. Now, we have 4 great dealerships in the St. Louis and Southern Illinois areas, all in the 270 loop. It's a legacy built on trust, hard work, and commitment to our community. But what matters most is you, our valued customers. It's no surprise times have changed. Vehicles have changed, car buying has changed, but we're still here to do what we've done for the past 120 years. Helping people find great cars and trucks to meet their family's needs and budgets. And that's something that nobody else can say. See for yourself why for 120 years, Weber has been the name that you can rely on. Visit us at any of our locations in Granite City, Columbia, Illinois, and Creve Coeur. You can also find us on Facebook on WeberAutomotive.com.
The Wrecking Crew.
What do you guys do here?
We recycle. Our typical business is picking up stuff that nobody else can get.
People may have a lot of money laying in their property and they just don't realize it.
They do. A lot of money sometimes, and not where you would think it would be.
Where are you located?
Troy, Winfield, Vandalia, Missouri. We do boxes, trailers. We cut stuff up on site. We do insurance work. Farmers, if you have a burnt building or wind damaged building or grain bin, that's our specialty.
How do they get a hold of you?
Call me personally or call the office.
The Wrecking Crew. 636-462-1727.
News Radio KYRO weather from the Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions Weather Center, online at MeyerListings.com. Few clouds in Troy. Getting down to 57 overnight tonight. Monday's high will be in the mid-70s. Heavy intensity rain likely. Temperatures in the upper 70s forecast on Tuesday. Currently in Troy it's 67. In Warrenton it's 67 degrees. Perfect homes, commercial real estate or farm ground? Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions, online at MeyerListings.com. I'm Erica Walters.
Uncensored Wrestling Talk. We're live in the Gateway Fiber studios of News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO. Of course, also on our many different platforms, Facebook for the radio, Traveling East Productions, Facebook, YouTube, Rumble. Go like and subscribe. Of course, Uncensored Wrestling Talk's Facebook page as well. HD, we're on X too.
At UW at UW Talk KYRO.
There we go. There we go. Now, as much as we do talk about the things that we don't like, we talk about the things we do like as well. So Blade, what's some of the things that you are enjoying when you're watching AEW?
Man.
Oh no.
Oh God, yeah. I'm not high on AEW lately, man. I can't say I can really pick anything.
I tell you, how about I'll throw some suggestions.
Okay, I'm listening.
Timeless Tony Storm.
Yeah, it's borderline for me, man. I love Tony Storm, but I think that character sometimes can get into hokey territory.
She gets raunchy sometimes too.
I saw her doing something on the cruise, the Jericho cruise. There was a whole spot there, and it was secondhand embarrassment, man. I couldn't. The whole thing was pretty hokey. I mean, I grew up on 90s WWF, so sure. I can take hokey. I just limited doses. Limited doses.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of Tony Storm. I am. I don't want to sound like I'm not, but yeah, there's times where it kind of grates at me.
Well, here's one that has really gone up on my meter. I think HD enjoys this person as well. Harley Cameron. What do you think?
I can't say I know a lot about
Yeah,
Harley
that's
Cameron.
fine.
She's the one that uses the puppet and sings and does a whole bunch of shenanigans around the ring and just makes it all lively and entertaining.
Sounds right up my alley. I'm gonna have to go immediately after this and Google it.
Yeah,
check it out.
Yeah, she's done really a tremendous job over the last couple.
She
of
plays
months.
guitar. She's a puppeteer. She's
a ventriloquist.
Yeah.
I mean, she's got so many different avenues. It's unbelievable.
She's super goofy. So if you like that kind of thing.
I don't.
Yeah, it's hokey, so I don't know if you...
Yeah.
How about this? The Hurt Syndicate and the situation with MJF, now apparently a member of the Hurt Syndicate.
Oh, boy. I think that group is... They can do no wrong. They're a fantastic group, but yeah. Does it have the same vibe that it had in WWE?
Not really, but we're talking AEW.
I think it has a better vibe.
Do you think
really?
The Hurt Syndicate is probably my favorite part of AEW right now. They're just... Can I say badasses?
Hey, you said it.
Can I say this word I just said?
They're dominating the tag team division. They're my favorite tag team champions so far in AEW.
Okay. John Moxley, the AEW World Champions. Your thoughts on the old Moxer himself?
Oh, man. You're killing me today, man. Again, I historically love Moxley, but if you've seen one Mox match, you've seen all Mox matches.
That's true.
And
That's true. Blood, and
yeah, for
Here's
usually no reason at all. And again, it's the same thing we were talking about with 15 matches. It's overboard. It makes it less special. Like, you need these things to hit, and in order to hit, you need to not do it every single time. Same thing with the Canadian Destroyer. Same thing with the Tope Suicida. Like,
which is true.
Stop doing it so much. If you want it to be special, don't do it every match.
Super kick.
The super kick. You remember watching a Shawn Michaels super kick? Do you remember seeing the Sweet Chin music?
Yep.
It was incredible. You knew when it hit, it was devastating, and it was over.
Yeah.
And now you see 40 a match.
Yeah.
And I know that wrestling evolves and changes, but those are the things that I don't think need to change. I'm an old school wrestling guy. I am an NWA, a WLW at the end of the day, and we are old school wrestling. That's what I like. It worked for many years for a reason, and I think now we're just trying to get we're trying to get more eyes on the product. So we think the only way to do that is to get crazier and crazier and crazier. But really, what we're doing is we're not getting new eyes on the viewers, and we're making the eyes that are already there mad.
Yeah,
because they're seeing all this crazy stuff. They're just like, you can't keep them up here. You have to have a few normal matches too,
right?
So yeah,
I can't say he's wrong, HD.
I can't say he's right or wrong because the AEW fans like what they like.
This is true.
I don't think they know what they like.
They're wrong about what they like.
Wrong.
Well, let's stay on this AEW train because next weekend on Sunday, it is AEW's Double or Nothing. Let's go ahead and jump into some of these matches that they're going to have. And let's give our predictions of what's going to happen. In the men's Owen Hart Foundation Cup Tournament final, it is Hangman Adam Page taking on what could very well be the best pound-for-pound wrestler in the world right now, Will Ospreay. Blade Lennox, I'm going to ask you your thoughts on Will Ospreay, and what do you think is going to happen in this match? This is not turning out to be a good match for Blade Lennox.
Why didn't I come up with some fake answers? Will Ospreay. You cannot deny the athleticism and the talent, but I am not a Will Ospreay fan.
Really?
I'm not.
How about Kenny Omega?
Not a Kenny Omega fan.
Okay.
No. More than Will Ospreay.
Okay.
Yeah. I think the main thing for me with Will and why I would take Kenny over him is the no-sell. I cannot take the no-selling. I can't take the big moves, and he just goes and does some flippy stuff like nothing happened. I did that to me in wrestling. That will drive me away quicker than anything else. Is when we're not respecting the sport. So I'm going Hangman.
Okay.
And that's based purely on the fact that I actually kind of like Hangman, and I do not like Will Ospreay.
Okay.
What about you, HD?
HD Daniels. Hangman Adam Page or Will Ospreay?
I'm thinking Will Ospreay just because I think he's on his ascent to the World Championship.
Yeah, it kind of.
It's about what's going to happen, not what I like.
I know.
It does kind of seem like they've been pushing towards that for the last couple of months or so.
Hangman is on this kind of Drew McIntyre whiny, complainy story.
Yeah. You're not
For
wrong.
a
It
long
does feel
time.
like
Yeah, it's getting a little
that comparison.
It's getting a little old, but I have this feeling
Yeah.
him and Swerve are going to tag up and become like challenge the Hurt Syndicate or something.
Yeah.
So
I
Yeah.
could see that
I
being
could-
a nice refresher.
I
Actually,
could see that too. I'm thinking along those lines as well, and I'm going to go with Will Ospreay.
But Sarge likes Will Ospreay.
I do like a lot of his matches. At least it's keeping you. I don't want to say on the edge of your seat, but it's a hard way to explain it.
There's something about Will Ospreay where he has this aura of a megastar.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And I'm just waiting for that megastar to come through, basically. I mean, I think personally he did a very good job over in New Japan with what he was given over there in NJPW. And coming over to AEW, personally, if I were him, I wouldn't have been doing all the disparaging words towards the WWE and all that kind of stuff. You know what? Let that mountain sit over there and focus on what you're doing here, because it takes away from the action that's going on in the rings when you're seeing those type of words being put out by Will Ospreay in between matches. So that's my take on it at the moment. The women's Owen Hart Foundation Cup tournament final will have Jamie Hayter taking on Mercedes Moné, a.k.a. Sasha Banks.
Mm-hmm.
Blade Lennox, what do you think is going to happen in this one?
I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm Team Hater all day, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you think that Jamie Hayter's going to come
Let's
out
give
the
it to
victor
Jamie Hater.
in
Yeah.
this one?
Is this for the title?
It's for the Owen Hart Foundation Cup.
Right. I feel like Jamie Hayter's going to win this one.
And the winner of this goes against the women's champion at All In Texas. So, and you also think that Jamie Hayter is going to come out victorious in this?
I do, because I don't know why they're not pulling the trigger on Mercedes. In my opinion, she should have been the world champion a long time ago. But they're just keeping her in the TBS division for however long. I think they're going to keep that.
Well, unfortunately, I am going to be on an island all by myself on this one. I do think that Mercedes Moné is going to come out victorious.
I could see that.
I do see her getting into that women's championship match, but it's not going to be against who everyone thinks it's going to be. I'll just put it that way for right now, because we've got that match that we're going to talk about here in just a little bit. For the AEW Tag Team Championships, it's your favorite group, HD Daniels, the Hurt Syndicate,
Yep.
Bobby Lashley, and Shelton Benjamin, of course, with MVP. They will be taking on the Sons of Texas, the Natural Dustin Rhodes, and Sammy Guevara. HD, what do you think, my friend?
I hope they make it title for title and the Hurt Syndicate walks away with 4 belts.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. HD says, give them all the championship.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Blade Linux, what do you think?
I think I wasn't going to say that. I think Herd Syndicate absolutely takes this. I don't think it's even a question. But I actually like that idea. I like building them up to be just absolute like belt collecting monsters and that nobody can beat. And then if you come through with the Hangman Swerve stuff, it makes for a real interesting little series.
See,
of
call
matches.
Tony. I know what I'm doing.
See, yeah. HD, new booker right here. New AEW booker.
There you go.
Get me watching again.
As long as you stay on this show with us, hey, go
Yeah.
for it. And then we'll have it in.
But then I can't come on and criticize them.
Yeah, true.
Get it in your contract. Have it put in your contract. You can say whatever you want to say whenever you want to say it. No, I'm kind of along the lines of you guys. I think there's no real chance here. I hate to say that because I love Dustin Rhodes' work.
What's his role right now, though, Sarge?
Putting over the young guys.
Yep.
Yeah. But let's be fair. Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin
Aren't
ain't no
yeah.
young guys.
No.
They're bona fide veterans that have been around for a very long time. But again, though, I just... That would be the shock of all shockers.
Yeah.
If the Sons of Texas walked away with the victory in that one. That's just what I'm thinking.
And it wouldn't be worth it to get that shock.
Yeah.
To take down Syndicate like that, it just wouldn't be a good worthy trade-off.
Well, here we go to this match I was referring to earlier. Timeless Toni Storm, the AEW Women's Champion, will defend her title against newly signed, I should say, Mina Shirakawa, who just beat her in that Eliminator match not too long ago. HD, what do you think?
I don't see Tony losing, but it sounds like you do.
So you are going with
I am.
Timeless Toni Storm.
Yep.
Okay, Blade.
I got to
HD
go.
is going with
Tony Storm as well.
Okay. Here's the situation, and if you want to change your pick, I will allow you to change your pick, HD and Blade. A couple of weeks ago, at New Japan Pro Wrestling, there was an event where Mercedes Moné lost that NJPW Strong Championship by ways through Mina Shirakawa. Mina Shirakawa and her got into it. Mina took off after her. So it's starting that build of a story here. Now Mina Shirakawa comes in and beats Toni Storm for a shot at that championship. If she wins, she will move on to All In to face my winner, Mercedes Moné, and it continues that crazy storyline of them fighting from over in New Japan. So I'm going...
You're thinking too much.
Hey, sometimes you have to. I'm going with Mina Shirakawa here
Okay.
on this one.
All
We'll
right.
see. Sometimes you got to take a leap of faith, right?
I like how you rationalized it. Makes sense.
FTR, real quick before we go to break in 50 seconds. FTR, Cash Wheeler, Dax Harwood taking on Daniel Garcia and Nigel McGuinness. HD, who you got?
You know, my heart says Nigel and Daniel because you want the heroes to overcome this story. But FTR's on a run right now. I'm going to go with FTR still. There's no reason for Nigel McGuinness to win this match.
Yep. Blade, what you think?
I think for the very fact that there's no reason for Nigel McGuinness to win this match,
Yeah.
Tony is going to have Nigel and Brian win the match.
Going with-
I 1,000,000%.
That's
yes.
Also going along with HD. Hey, we're up to the top of the hour. When we come back, more with Blade and HD. Uncensored Wrestling Talk right after this.
Live from the Gateway Fiber Studios, online at gatewayfiber.com. News Radio 105.3, 1280 KYRO Troy. It's 11 o'clock in the Heartland.
Here
News. I'm Jack Callahan. New York outdoor concert goers were stunned to see a Mexican Navy tall ship slam into New York's Brooklyn Bridge last night.
We weren't able to hear anything over the concert, but it was like an eerie calm came over because the set was going low, and there wasn't any screaming, any yelling. It was just no crashes. It was just silence, darkness.
2 people were killed, 17 others hurt. The ship's captain reported a loss of power, causing the ship to drift into the bridge pillar. Pope Leo XIV inaugurated in Rome today, including a tour of the Piazza in his Pope-mobile. Vice President Vance and Secretary of State Rubio among those attending the ceremonies today. The former Cardinal Robert Prevost is the first American-born Pope. America is listening to Fox News.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Need life insurance but have diabetes, high blood pressure, or on anxiety meds? If you're a 50-year-old male, even porky, or with type 2 diabetes, $1 million of life insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. For affordable term life insurance, call Term Provider and speak with Big Lou at 800-444-2013, 800-444-2013, or visit biglou.com. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. 800-444-2013.
I'm Lauren Simonetti, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Stocks ending higher for the day and week, even as a preliminary reading of consumer sentiment fell to its lowest level on record in May, as the potential impact of tariffs weighs heavily on American households. The Dow up 332 points and turning positive for the year. The Nasdaq up 99, S&P 500 up 41, and it was a good week for Nvidia stock. Its shares rose 0.5% on Friday and were up 15% for the week, lifted by optimism about a deal that would send millions of its chips to the United Arab Emirates over several years and a smaller pact with Saudi Arabia. In addition, Nvidia plans to open a research and development center in Shanghai, its latest effort to maintain a foothold in China. And the U.S. has lost its last AAA credit rating, Moody's downgrading the U.S. government due to large fiscal deficits and rising interest costs. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Hillary Barsky, invested in you.
I'm Benjamin Hall, Fox News senior correspondent and New York Times best-selling author, and I'm searching for heroes. Every Monday, I'll speak with a few silent but noteworthy heroes, everyday people who illuminate stories of compassion and are true embodiments of heroism. Make sure you subscribe to my podcast, Searching for Heroes with Benjamin Hall, wherever you download podcasts, and please leave a rating and a review.
Out and about once again in Troy, Missouri. South Lincoln Drive means Country State of Mind Designs. I'm talking with Lisa today. There's a saying that goes, if your business doesn't have a sign, there's no sign of your business.
That's correct.
So Country State of Mind Designs does so much more than just signs. But that's the main thrust of things, right? You're trying to help the visibility of local businesses to, ensure their viability.
We thrive on helping you guys be noticeable and recognizable. We can do anything from light signs, flat signs, vehicle graphics, shirts.
You guys have a lot more to offer than just signs.
We do embroidery here. We also have the newest and latest t-shirt with the direct-to-film printer. We actually print in-house.
You guys have a great website at countrystateofminddesigns.com. And if somebody wants to talk about an upcoming project, Lisa, how do they get a hold of you?
636-775-1117, or they can email us at csmdesigns.troy@gmail.com.
Out and about in Troy, Missouri at Country State of Minds at 139 South Lincoln Drive. Come see Lisa and the whole staff today.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles,
Here's Isaac Lowenkron.
We begin at the NBA, where ESPN just reported that Denver forward Aaron Gordon will need several weeks to recover from his left hamstring strain, making it physically improbable for him to play in Game 7 of the Western Conference semifinals today at Oklahoma City, tip-off at 3:30 Eastern. In Game 6 of the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs on Saturday night, the Dallas Stars defeated the Winnipeg Jets at overtime 2-1 to win the series 4-2 in advance of the West Final against the Edmonton Oilers. Thomas Harley, the series winner, just 133 into overtime. Golf, after 3 rounds of the PGA Championship, Scotty Scheffler has a 3-shot lead at 11 under par overall after shooting a 6 under par 65 in round 3 on Saturday. Baseball Saturday night, the Minnesota Twins won at Milwaukee 7-0 for their 13th consecutive win.
News Radio KYRO weather from the Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions Weather Center, online at MeyerListings.com. View clouds in Troy. Getting down to 57 overnight tonight. Monday's high will be in the mid-70s. Heavy intensity rain likely. Temperatures in the upper 70s forecast on Tuesday. Currently in Troy it's 67. In Warrenton it's 67 degrees. Perfect homes, commercial real estate or farm ground. Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions, online at MeyerListings.com. I'm Erica Walters.
Welcome back to Uncensored Wrestling Talk, hour number 2. We are live in the Gateway Fiber Studios of News Radio 105.3 FM, 1280 AM, KYRO. Of course, we're also live on many different platforms. Facebook, the radio station's Facebook page, you can find that, KYRO 1280 AM, 105.3 FM. Traveling East Productions, Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble. Go like and subscribe. And of course, Uncensored Wrestling Talk's Facebook page as well. HD Daniels, we're also on X.
At UW Talk KYRO.
And there we are. Of course, our second hour with HD Daniels and the one and only, the NWA World League 1/2 Tag Team Champion. He is WLW's own Sergeant at Arms. He's Blade Lennox.
Hello, hello.
Let's jump real quick into some of these comments that are going on Facebook here. Josh Mudd says, cat-like, need Blade to do a meow.
All right, you ready? Whoa. That was nice, wasn't it? Yeah, you're impressed by that. No, there is not a cat in the studio. You were hearing the voice of Blade Lennox.
Oh, gotta ask. I've gotta ask. There's gotta be a story behind this.
So every time for roles in training, whenever it comes to do the tiger roll, as you do the tiger roll, the historical, what you do is you meow through it. So you do the roll, and as you're rolling, you let out a little meow.
So I've got to ask you then, if you're doing that in training, you train as you fight, right?
Yep.
Are you doing that during your match too?
Better believe it. That's why you get the first row tickets, ladies and gentlemen. That's why you get the first row. Don't let those first rows disappear, or you won't hear the meows.
Now I know. I know when I'm in there.
He's like, did I just hear a meow?
The first time ever on Uncensored Wrestling Talk, we got a meow.
Yeah.
Now, our very own Nematode Nelly, superfan Tim Williams, of course, he's putting in the no yeets, like left and right. He's a no yeet.
He can scream into the void of the no yeet.
He says WWE has gotten stale with creative, and is why AEW is more interesting right now.
I agree. AEW is more fun. You want to sit down, you want to have fun, I watch AEW.
Interesting. Now, directly to the superfan, with your picks, I'm going to need you to actually send those to me directly, text message, not on the Facebook.
But if he doesn't play, he can complain when you win.
That's right. That's right. That's right. June the 7th, NWA's World League Wrestling presents Overdrive at the Race Wrestling Arena. Of course, we've got the NWA World Television Champion, Carson Drake, coming in. He's going to be taking on, I think, one of the best heavyweight champions that we've had in a while. That's just personally saying that. Of course, I'm speaking about the Grand Regent, Camaro Jackson. He takes on Camaro Jackson for the NWA World League Heavyweight Championship. And also, by way of Austin Mulitalo challenging and the Premier challenging and then finding out and saying, yep, we're doing it. It'll be for the NWA World League Wrestling Tag Team Championships as the Blazing Guns. Of course, I'm speaking of Blade Lennox, who is here in the studio with me right now, and astonishing Austin Mulitalo. They'll be taking on SK Bishop and Campbell Myers, and the titles are on the line. Program note. For next week's show here on Uncensored Wrestling Talk, we'll have the other half of the NWA World League Tag Team Champions. Austin Mulitalo will be here in studio live to talk about everything wrestling. And I tell you what, Blade, he has been doing all kinds of different things in the world of professional wrestling. We've seen him on AEW. We've seen him on WWE. We've seen him on WWE getting an RKO from Randy Orton.
About to say.
I got to ask you a seriously hard question here. And it's not really to put a rift. It's just a question that a lot of fans are asking. Do you think that Austin Mulitalo is spreading himself thin with doing all these other things and not focusing on the tasks at hand, namely the NWA World League Tag Team Championships?
Only Austin can answer that. We aren't Austin, so we don't know if he's spread thin or not. I know the kid is the hardest worker in the industry. I mean, I don't think there's anybody that puts in more time than that guy. He's got a crazy work ethic, and he's active duty Army.
Yeah.
Hello, where does he get this time? But he's making it happen. Do I think he's not paying enough attention to the goings of NWA, WLW? He shows up. He shows up at training. He shows up at the events. He fights two people when I can't participate. I mean, I think he's showing a lot of heart and a lot of grit, and the time away, the time in other promotions isn't taking away from his responsibilities in NWA and WLW. I think he's, again, the hardest worker in this business and somebody who wouldn't stretch himself too thin. I think he knows exactly what he's doing.
Interesting. Well, you guys have your hands full. That's for sure. When you guys are about to take on the Premier. And we've already talked about it, so if you've missed any portions of this show, of course, afterwards you can go back and see the replay with Blade Lennox giving his thoughts on the Premier and their sneak attacks and their shenanigans and their antics that they've been pulling off, I should say, over the last month or so. Mm-hmm. The last actual couple of months, to be honest about it. Last couple of events. But wow, what a storied career you've had so far. You started your professional career last year at Fort Leonard Wood. Salute to the service too. When you were attacked by Dysfunction, tag teaming with Trevor Murdoch. Then fast forward a quick year because you go back to Fort Leonard Wood with Austin Mulitalo, and you captured the tag team championships from Dysfunction. Talk a little bit about the ups and the downs, the hills and the valleys that you've already encountered and have had to endure this first year and a half of your career.
Yeah, so this is really the highlight of my issues with the Premier is they have an issue. They take issue. They've said it in a interview before. They take issue with me wrestling with a prosthetic leg.
Mm-hmm.
They think it's a weapon. They're obviously tout that they're the saviors of tag team wrestling. They follow the rules and they make sure and enforce the rules. And I take it that's why they attacked me. They don't like the fact that I'm wrestling with the carbon fiber leg. Well, they want me to hop around the ring. I mean, I don't know how they want me to do this. I fought so hard to get where I'm at now. I've battled through injuries my entire time. I'm just coming off a neck injury that took me out for a couple months, nerve injury, pinched nerve, muscle loss in my tricep, atrophy. I mean, I'm fighting here, man. I'm fighting to stay where I fought so hard to get. I'm fighting to belong, and they're trying to take me out because they don't believe that I belong here. And that's why I take issue with the Premier and their actions as of late, obviously attacking me. But I'm like, they're not seeing the big picture here. I'm almost 40 years old. I've got one leg. Every second in that ring is cherished. Every second in that ring is fleeting. I don't know how much time I have left. I don't know when the injury is going to take me out. So the fact that they took a match away from me, that makes me mad. Because every match I have in that ring, it could be my last, and it is cherished beyond belief. And the fact that they took one away from me, it's going to have to be sorted and settled. This has not been an easy year and a half that I've been wrestling. It's been the best year and a half of my life, that's for sure. But it's been a fight. It's been a battle. And so I don't like when people make the battle just a little bit harder, because it's hard enough, man. I don't need any help in that area. So yeah. I'll say that. It's been a great ride. I'm really proud of the work I put in and the journey I've traveled to get here. But we've got some things to sort out because the Premier has crossed the line.
Well, if you want to see if Blade Lennox and Austin Militalo can sort those issues out, again, get your tickets, HarleyRace.com. Doors will open up at 6. Bell time is at 7. June the 7th. WLW's Overdrive. In this year and a half, and I know we've had you on the show many times before, and you've told your story about how you've wanted to become a professional wrestler for a very long time. This year and a half, and well, actually, let's even go further back than that. Let's say these last 3 years or so, 3.5 years, because you trained for a long time before you had your very first match. Has it been everything that you've expected it to be?
Oh, man. Everything and more. You know what I mean? Being in that ring is what I was chasing, and that's the greatest feeling I could ever feel, competing in that ring. It's walking down that aisle. Every little part of it is so fulfilling. But it's those little moments, too. It's being in the locker room. It's being at training, working hard with people with shared dreams. It's those little things that really have moved me the most, and will be the lasting thing. You know, that it being in the match and having matches, that's been one thing. It's been incredible, but it's also those little things, the bonds that we create, the being a part of a locker room again, being a part of a team again with Austin. It's very, very fulfilling, and I'm just very thankful to have this time in my life. It's memories that will never leave me, ever. So,
well, I know. Speaking for a lot of the fans that are out there, speaking for myself, HD, you can chime in if you'd like. For this last 3.5, 4 years that I've known you, sir, you are one hell of an inspiration to those around you and those that are watching, and continued success to you, because you know you are achieving something that not a lot of people get to do, and to be doing it under distress, because let's face it, you're one leg. Mm-hmm. You've got a prosthetic that, you know, a lot of people come along like the Premier and try and say, oh, that's a weapon and this and that and the other. But you know what? Again, that's an adversity that you have to get through every single day of your life, not just in the ring. So to see you accomplishing these things that you have accomplished already, man, I tell you what, a hell of a ride. A hell of a ride to see, and like I said, an inspiration to every single person that watches.
I appreciate that, Sarge. I certainly don't set out to be an inspiration. I don't see myself as one, just because that's not kind of who I am naturally. But what I do hope to do is hopefully rub off on other people in terms of chasing their own dreams, whatever that dream may be, is that you can attain it if you just don't quit. Because there's been many, many, many points throughout this journey where I thought quitting was going to have to be the only option. I didn't think my body could withstand it for a time. But I just kept driving forward, and I think if anything, if people do see that, and perhaps they'll take a look at their own dreams that they thought were never possible, and maybe make that leap.
H.D. Daniels, you've refereed many of Blade Lennox's matches.
I'm
here.
reminiscing about
bloody noses.
There is a joke that every match he has, he bleeds all over the place. But I was thinking
Stuff
about
happens, right?
Yeah. Your Salute to the Soldiers matches. Who's had a first match like this guy?
Right.
Very first professional match in front of a crowd like that. That can appreciate who he is and what he's gone through.
Right.
I was there for that.
Yep.
And then I was there when he won the tag team championships.
Yep.
Great memories,
Yeah.
Things that will stick with us for the rest of our lives.
Forever.
And you know what? If you are just new to all of this, of course you can go to World League Wrestling's YouTube channel and you can see every single match,
the whole journey
that Blade Lennox has done in this journey, and an amazing journey that has been so far. All right, so we were up against our first break of the second hour, so we're going to go ahead and take that, and when we come back, we're going to talk a little NXT Battleground right after this.
24-hour towing and recovery in Lincoln, Warren, Pike, or St. Charles County. Call B&B Towing, 636-262-3865. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. B&B will be on the way, 636-262-3865.
Now at Menards, save big on everything for your landscaping project. Whether you're shopping for edgers, pavers, or wall blocks, Menards has the largest in-stock selection of concrete landscape block ready to take home today. Plus, get fast free estimates when you use our landscape design program, available in-store and on Menards.com. Save big on landscape blocks when you shop at Menards. Also, check out the great deals from our weekly flyer on Menards.com.
Save big money at Menards.
Trax Pizza. Outstanding pizza, sandwiches, and pasta. Dine in, carry out, or delivery. Open daily at 3 p.m. Order online at TraxPizzaCompany.com. Call 264-8600 or come see us on Main Street in historic downtown Winfield. Trax Pizza, 264-8600.
Uncensored Wrestling Talk, we are back. I am Sarge. He is H.D. Daniels.
Yeet.
And of course, joining us this morning, he is WLW's own Sergeant at Arms. He's one half of the NWA World League Tag Team Champions, Mr. Blade Lennox.
Hello, hello.
A sad event last weekend. We found out about it directly after our show was over. So a moment of silence first for Terry Brunk, otherwise known as Sabu. What an amazing career that guy had. He took chances like nobody's ever taken chances. You know, there's been an argument said that, you know, Mick Foley is the hardcore legend. But you know what? I take umbrage to that because Sabu was doing so much during that same time frame as well that there's an argument to be made that he's actually the hardcore legend that everybody puts Mick Foley in the light of. Your thoughts, Blade Lennox, on Sabu? I know you wanted to talk about him.
Yeah, well, I think they're cut from the same cloth, those two. Like, they're just on another level. They're not human. But I think a lot of that discussion, why it's so easy for a lot of people to, and I'm Mick Foley. That's my number one for life. So I would not say anything disparaging against him. But at the end of the day, he had more eyes on him. ECW was it was hot back in the day, but it was not ever on the level of WWE.
Yeah.
I was a massive ECW fan. I was more of an ECW fan than I was WWF or WCW at the time.
Wow.
And so this one hurt me a lot. Sabu was one of my absolute favorites. Him and Taz and Rob Van Dam were my favorites. And Sabu, the reason for that is exactly what you said. That guy, talk about death-defying. Talk about grit. Oh my gosh! Just go. If you have not seen a Sabu match, just go watch Sabu and Terry Funk. Yeah. Watch when the barbed wire match where he slits open his bicep, tapes it up real quick, and then finishes the match.
Keeps on going.
That guy, I'm telling you, there was no one like him in professional wrestling. The things that he's done, the matches he had against Taz, against Rob Van Dam, the tag team matches he had with those two. It's a shame that he never quite made it to the big league. You know, he obviously had a couple matches in WWE. He had a match or two in WCW. But at the end of the day, he was too crazy. He was too wild.
Too much of a liability.
So he never really got a shot at the big leagues. But that guy, I'm telling you, as a big-time fan of ECW back in the day, somebody who spent a lot of time with his early work, one of the best you will ever see do it.
H.G. Daniels, your thoughts on Sabu?
When I think about Sabu, like, I was not an ECW guy. I watched it a couple times when I was younger, and I was like, this style isn't for me. And still to this day, I'm like, I just, these hardcore matches, they're not always for me.
They were extreme.
It's not the extremeness. It's just like, I just don't know if. Maybe extreme is the word. It's like, this just isn't for me. It's not the kind of wrestling that I want to watch. But when Sabu did it, like, I'm not even kidding. It's like, well, this is kind of cool. Like, the way that this guy's doing his style, the way he would, like, sit on that chair and float through the air. Like, that's kind of
like
cool.
no other.
Yeah. There's one match he had with Rey Mysterio in WWE. I think it was like a table match or something. It was, that's one match that sticks out to me. Like, that was a really freaking good match.
Yeah.
And it was still a hardcore match. So the way that he captivated you and brought you into that style, that's what I think about Sabu.
Yeah.
He did it differently, but in a different way.
It's a really great point, actually, because you will find with some of ECW, and I will say not so much mine, where it's just two guys hitting each other with items. Whereas Sabu had a wrestling match with weapons involved. He would often integrate those weapons into the wrestling move.
Yeah.
And so you still had wrestling at the core of it, and super talented guy. I mean, one of the best high flyers.
That's probably what it was. He would incorporate the weapon into the move.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because, Mick Foley, he was known for doing things with weapons and jumping off the apron and all those different things that we quote-unquote call hardcore. But that's the thing. With Sabu, you're absolutely right. He would incorporate those wrestling moves with a chair, with a 2x4, or with barbed wire wrapped around his own body and then coming down onto an opponent. And I think one of the best rivalries during that time frame of wrestling was his rivalry with Taz. Man, it's hard. It would be hard pressed to say if another rivalry during that time frame was a better rivalry than that. To be honest about it,
it's just a massive amount of talent between those two guys.
I'm telling you, and of course, on Dynamite. Taz doing the little, speaking tribute to Sabu, getting emotional during that. Nothing truer than what you saw with Taz and Sabu. They loved to hate and they hated to love. It was, and that was just not only during the matches. Of course, he said it was even backstage and stuff. So well liked the two of them together that it's a true loss. It really is. It's a loss for Taz, but it's a loss for the wrestling world of Sabu passing away at the young age. Let's be honest, it's a young age of 61.
Mm-hmm.
So, and there was about 2 weeks ago or a month ago, it was somewhere in that time frame, he had a quote-unquote retirement match with Joey Janela. And, Francine on her podcast, we talked a little bit about this off air. She had said that he told her, meaning Sabu, that this ain't a retirement for me. This is just these guys just saying that to get more folks into the building, but I'm not done. I'm gonna keep right on going. And you know what? With Sabu, I 100% believe that. I don't think he was done yet. I think if given the chance and the opportunity, he probably would have done stuff even into his 70s.
Yeah.
And still doing the
Joe.
same type of moves
Yeah.
in his 70s.
Yeah.
So a great loss of Sabu. Rest in peace. You will definitely 100% be missed. And as Blade said, if you haven't seen a Sabu match, get on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Go research it. Go look them up, because there's some awesome matches that you haven't seen. Let's switch gears here. NXT Battleground next Sunday. I don't know if I like NXT Battleground being on at the same time as another wrestling organization's pay-per-view. I have issues with it. HD, what do you think about that?
Battleground is which day?
Sunday.
At
7
what time?
o'clock Central Time.
7 o'clock. So
same as AEW's Double or Nothing.
Well, you say you don't like it. Do you not like it because you don't want to watch two at the same time? Or you don't like it because, what are they doing over there?
Now, you know me. You know me. On one device, I will have one of the events going on the TV, I'll have the other device going on at the, and I'll be watching them both simultaneously, head swiveling back and forth constantly. Mm-hmm. So, but I know that I am not your quote unquote average fan who is not going to do that. It's not in the cards for most people to do that. Be honest.
Do you think, I don't know if it's Triple H or whoever is the operations manager, do you think that they go out of their way at WWE to say, well, when's AEW's pay-per-view? Let's not do it that day. Or do they just we're going to do it when we want to freaking do it? And if AEW happens to have one, so be it.
I honestly think it's a little bit of both, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think there's been times where they've been that we're just going to do it when we want to do it because it just falls in the right time frame for this to happen. But then I think there are also other times, like with AEW's All In weekend that's going to happen. They've got stuff going on that weekend as well that coincides exactly at the same time.
What do they have All In weekend?
Saturday Night Main Event. And there's a pay-per-view that weekend as well. Might be Crown Jewel. It's something along those lines. I'll have to go back and look. It escapes me off the top of my head right now. But there's stuff going on with WWE that weekend as well. So I'm starting to kind of tend to think towards the fact of, with it happening in multiple times, and this isn't the first time that it's going to happen with next
not
weekend.
By far.
That they do look sometimes at the calendar and say, oh, looky here, they've got something going on. Let's do something as well. Let's tap into that. Which I hate as a wrestling fan because it pulls that wrestling fan one way or the other.
Yeah.
Why can't we enjoy all of it?
Well, they want you to go their way.
Yeah.
I want to do both ways.
I've heard that about
you. Blade, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, this has been going on for years and years and years. Even after the Wednesday Night Wars ended, it seemed like that was their new tactic, was to find a weekend that they were running and throw an NXT pay-per-view during that same time. So I do think it's very strategic. And I think it's just dumb. I really do. All it is taking eyes away from your product as well, because there will be AEW fans who would have normally watched a WWE event but choose not to because they're going to go and obviously watch their AEW pay-per-view. So you are losing eyes on your own product. But also, WWE will be number one for the rest of eternity.
Yeah.
They will never be taken out, especially not by AEW. Yeah. So they're not competition. So for me, my view on the thing is treat them as if they're not competition. Don't compete with them. You don't need to. Don't make because it's just asinine. It is. It's just it's pointless. It's a pointless endeavor, and I don't know why they even choose to partake in it. Brings them down.
Yeah. I would agree with you. I do agree with you. All right, let's jump into some of these matches real quick. NXT Battleground. Right now, as it sits, there's 4 matches. NXT is usually good about this. They'll have 4 or 5 matches, and that's it. Tony D'Angelo, of course, the Don of NXT, the head of the D'Angelo family, he is taking on his former right-hand man, basically, Channing Stacks Lorenzo in a singles match. HD, who you got in this?
Yeah, I'm wondering. I don't know who I got right now, but where are they going with this?
That's what I've been wondering too.
Like, it's been brewing for a while. You're going to have the match, but whoever wins, what's the next thing? Like, I guess I'm going to Tony D'Angelo probably because he needs to move on to something else, and then let his former partner move on to something else too, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what to think about this whole thing.
I'm confused by the whole thing myself. It's just like you said, where are they actually going with this? And it really hasn't, that storyline really hasn't really truly progressed for me.
It feels like a match just to have a match, and that's okay. It's okay.
Sure.
But it's WWE. There's has to be something next.
Yeah. Blade, what do you think about this one?
Yeah, I can't really add too much more to that. I definitely think D'Angelo takes it, but I'm not. This match doesn't really excite me a whole lot. I don't see the point, but we'll see how it goes. Could surprise us.
Well, I'm gonna agree with the both of you. I think also Tony D'Angelo wins this and moves on to something bigger.
Yeah, he needs the win, right? Yeah,
I think so. I think so. After losing the NXT North American Championship and then losing that tag match with Stacks and Stacks turning, he needs to. He needs the next win. Stephanie Vaquer, the NXT Women's Champion. She's going to be putting the belt on the line against a juggernaut in Jordynne Grace.
So here's the deal. I don't know what the deal is exactly, but here's the deal. Jordynne Grace should be on the main roster right now. She should have went straight there. I'm flabbergasted why that didn't happen. I want her to win the NXT title, but I don't, because I don't want her on NXT.
Right.
But I think the signs, the waves are indicating that Stephanie's going full time to Raw probably. And let's let Jordynne Grace run this show. This should be the main event, in my opinion. I hope it is.
I agree. 100% agree.
Jordan's been bouncing back and forth between TNA. Now she's full time. She really needs this.
Yeah.
She needed it when she was in TNA. I thought it would have been awesome if she would have won that title.
It would have been. And held both championships.
Correct. But it's her time. I really feel like it's her time.
So you think Jordynne Grace is going to pick up the NXT championship?
I don't know why they wouldn't do this.
Battleground. Blade Lennox, what you think?
So same exact boat. I don't want her to win the title because she needs to be up there now. Anybody that hasn't seen Impact or TNA might be surprised by this woman, but anybody else who actually has been following her career knows that she has belonged on the main roster years ago. She's a monster. She puts on clinics. She's an undeniable talent. So I do believe she takes the title. She holds it for a while. This is going to be where we're at, but she doesn't belong down there. I mean, she really doesn't. She's earned her spot. I don't know if this is something they just like to do with some of these stars that come in, kind of like humble them a little bit. But
that's kind of the feeling you get, don't you?
Yeah, because she doesn't belong. She very much, when you're looking at the list of names, she's the one that stands out as why is she there?
Mm-hmm. No, and I'm not gonna say that all of them coming in that gets put on to NXT doesn't need a little bit of humbling, but some of these names coming in, it's a head scratcher because there's no need to do that to them.
Yeah,
like Jordynne Grace, hey, I'm gonna say it, Julia, like Stephanie Verker, like all these different ones that have been signed recently. They're all main roster talents, and it's kind of I don't know. For me, it's almost like a slap in the face to be sent down to a quote-unquote developmental. Yeah.
The biggest slap in the face to me that I can recall is when they sent Shinsuke to NXT.
Yes.
Are you...
And Samoa Joe. But then again,
and Samoa Joe.
They had some awesome battles over that NXT.
You can't deny those matches, but Samoa Joe's a really good one too. It's like, what are you doing to these guys?
Mm-hmm. For sure.
If Shinsuke would have went straight to Raw, I think his career would have been way different.
Yeah, I think you're right. Well, with all that being said, I also think that Jordynne Grace is going to win the championship, but with winning the championship means that she's going to be on NXT for at least
a year,
6 to 9 months at the very least, possibly a full year, possibly.
Yeah,
maybe not even. Maybe she stays there until even after Royal Rumble, possibly, and then maybe by WrestleMania next year, maybe up to the main roster by then. But in my opinion, that's too long.
It is.
It's way too long. But we'll see what happens. Interesting situation here. Joe Hendry, the TNA World Champion, will be putting his title on the line, a TNA Championship, for the first time ever on an NXT Battleground pay-per-view, defending against Whoop That Trick Williams. What do you think about this one?
This whole NXT show is full of stuff I don't know what to think because I don't know why these things are going on. Let's say Trick wins. What, he's going to be the TNA champion? Is he going to be on TNA every week? He's paid by the WWE. What are they going to do with that? I'm not sure what they're going to do with that. But on the other side, Joe Hendry, Triple H said he wants him. He wants him to be in the WWE. So does he lose and then migrate over? I'm not sure what his contract situation is with TNA.
I think he's got about a year to a year and a half left.
I guess
on that TNA
I'm coming around to say I think Joe Hendry keeps the title because I think TNA needs him to keep that title.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat with you. I'm also going to take Joe Hendry to retain. Blade, what do you think?
Yeah, I fully agree as well. And I actually had this led me to a question I have for you guys is in terms of the WrestleMania, how do you feel about Joe Hendry getting a spot?
I was going to bring that up.
And not Karrion Kross. So Karrion Kross has been real vocal about being left off of WrestleMania.
Before we talk about Karrion Kross, my question about WrestleMania is, does it make the TNA World Champion look bad by losing to Randy Orton, who's not even a champion right now at all? Is Randy Orton above the entire company of TNA? I didn't like it.
Wow, you didn't like it at all.
It's not that I didn't like it at all. It was cool.
Okay.
Say his name and he appears at WrestleMania. That was really cool. But then Randy Orton beats the world champion. It's a world championship.
Well,
it almost made the whole company look like a joke.
I understand your point. I do see your point on that. But which is bigger? Him getting the rub like that at WrestleMania, the show of all shows,
from a legend,
from a bona fide legend, or not being on at all.
If I just wish it would have happened a bit differently, but I don't know what I would have done.
Because you can't very well have, I don't know, would it have been a shock to have seen Joe Hendry beat Randy Orton, it would have been one of the shocks of all shocks. It would have been an all-time shock moment, I think, of all of wrestling history, to be quite honest.
What if Orton won the TNA title?
That wouldn't be so much of a shock, to be honest, to me.
Oh, gosh. Who takes it off of him? That would just be terrible.
Well,
That ties into the whole Trick Williams thing, which is why I think this match is kind of ridiculous, because you know that Hendry's going to win. You know, because there's no alternative. Like, what do you guys...
They better not switch this. They better not... Trick Williams, you better not win.
Yeah. That's what he goes, and then he wrestles for TNA. It's crazy.
Yeah. All right, one more match to talk about here for NXT Battleground, and it is going to be for the NXT Championship. Miles Bourne takes on the champion, Oba Femi.
I don't know when they're going to send Oba to the main roster, right? So
well overdue on this one, too.
Exactly. So since it's overdue, I don't know if it's time for him to lose it, because he's a pretty strong champion.
He is. Extremely strong. And I don't think Miles Bourne is the person to do it, to be quite honest.
I'm going to stick with Oba, even though I feel like his title reign is due to be over. It's time, but not to this guy.
No. Not too long ago, we saw Oba Femi versus Moose.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have seen Moose pick up that championship.
100%. 100%.
Talk about somebody who belongs in the big spotlight as well. Is he's somebody I've been high on for years.
He needs to go straight to Raw, but when the opportunity comes, he'll go to NXT.
Yeah. Blade, who do you think, Oba Femi or Miles Bourne in this?
Yes, I've always been high on Femi too. I think he's a great wrestler, and it's long overdue. But like you said, this isn't the guy who's going to beat him. And then you wonder who is going to be the guy to beat him, because you want to send him to Raw or SmackDown strong, because he is a great wrestler with a big future ahead of him. So it'd be interesting to see who NXT decides is going to be the one to carry it forward. And I think only then do we see him move up, which is sad, because he's definitely ready.
So you think Oba Femi actually goes ahead and retains that?
I think he's got to retain,
I think it'd be cool if they did something with Oba, like he shows up to Raw one day, and someone like, I'm just going to throw a name out there, like Chad Gable. Like, let's have an NXT title match, and Chad Gable wins the NXT title.
Yeah.
Well, that would be shocking.
I'm just throwing a name out there. Like, you take a main roster guy like Dolph Ziggler did it once.
Well, okay, I see what you're saying.
Just pick a guy, make him the main roster NXT champion, then Oba can move to Raw, and he didn't take a loss to a nobody.
Yes.
True.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I'm a booker. I'm a booker today.
Yeah, you are.
All right.
I'm
the man with the pencil. Hey, well, we are up against that time. We're going to go ahead and take our very last break here on Uncensored Wrestling Talk. And when we come back, Mr. Blade Lennox, HD Daniel, and myself, we're going to talk a little WWE Saturday night's main event right after this.
R-Truth for champ.
Interest rates and inflation are out of control. Is your credit card debt also out of control? It's time to resolve your debt and take back control for a lot less than what you owe. If you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt, then you need to call us right now. Debt Fix Pros can significantly reduce the amount you owe, and you could be debt-free faster than you think.
I knew we had to do something. Our debt was growing.
It was getting out of control, and we just didn't know what to do.
We saw an ad for Debt Fix Pros. We called, and they showed us how fast they could get us out of debt.
It really was amazing, and now we're back in control.
Call now, and we'll show you how easy it is to fix your debt. The call and consultation are free. Call Debt Fix Pros right now. Call 800-294-5244. That's 800-294-5244. 800-294-5244.
Hey everybody, it's the Burgundy. Today we're at Alternative Automotive and we're with Jerry Hinkey. Jerry is kind of a YouTube and Facebook star because he does these very informative videos that he puts on social media. Jerry, one of the things that hit me, it's the holidays. They forget about doing things. One of the most important things that they can do to prolong the life of their car is keep their oil changed.
Absolutely. Maintenance is the most important thing you can do to the car to make it last. You don't have to change your oil. We'll change your engine for you, but it's a lot easier to change your oil.
Why is it so important?
The oil breaks down over time. time gasoline engine has blow-by that goes by the rings, or the explosion happens inside the engine, particles go down in your oil, and oil does two things. It lubricates and it absorbs carbon. Carbon builds up in the oil. If you have more carbon than you do lubrication properties, it's just going to start eating the metal products it's protecting.
Alternative Automotive, located at 542 Mansion Road, Winfield, just a short drive from everywhere. Keep your car healthy. Bring it to Alternative Automotive today. 542 Mansion Road, or call 368-8267. Give them a like on Facebook.
Looking for more tractor without spending more green? Seiden Strickernobbe Partners has a deal for you. Right now, get a John Deere 1025R with a 120R loader for the same price as a 1023E compact tractor. That's big savings and even bigger value, plus 0% financing for 84 months. Get this free upgrade for just $219 a month. Visit snpartners.com. Seiden Strickernobbe, your partner for the land.
Offer valid through 7/2/2025. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
News Radio KYRO weather from the Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions Weather Center, online at MeyerListings.com. Few clouds in Troy. Getting down to 57 overnight tonight. Monday's high will be in the mid-70s. Heavy intensity rain likely. Temperatures in the upper 70s forecast on Tuesday. Currently in Troy it's 70. In Wentzville it's 70 degrees. Perfect homes, commercial real estate or farm ground? Meyer & Company Real Estate and Auctions, online at MeyerListings.com. I'm Erica Walters.
And welcome back. We've got about 10 minutes left here on Uncensored Wrestling Talk. I am Sarge Phillips, joined as usual by H.D. Daniels, and our special guest for this weekend. He is one half of the NWA's World League Tag Team Champions. He is the Sergeant at Arms, Blade Lennox. And Blade, thank you so much for joining us today. It has been a blast to have you in.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
And we will definitely have to have you back on very, very soon.
Absolutely.
And if you missed what I said earlier, programming note, next weekend here on Uncensored Wrestling Talk, we are going to have the other half of the NWA World League Tag Team Champions. And of course, I am speaking of the astonishing one, Austin Mulitalo. And I found it very disrespectful of the Premier calling him Mulituli. It's just wrong.
Hey, they called me Forrest Gimp. Forrest Gimp.
Yeah. Hey, real quick before we jump into WWE Saturday night's main event stuff going on. A word from Herb Simmons saying, "Good day, gentlemen," and also, "I've seen this young man and he's awesome. He is that inspiration to others." Speaking about, of course, our guest, Blade Lennox.
I appreciate that.
And Superfan, yes, you are going to have to send me all of your winners in a text, so that way we can mark you down. And hopefully he'll be back with us next Sunday morning. WWE Saturday night's main event, something that now is going to happen every quarter, basically, for the next couple of years, next 5 years or so, to be honest. This one happening next Saturday night for the World Heavyweight Championship. Jey Uso defends on again, off again, on again, off again, on again.
He's
Logan
full-time.
Paul.
He's full-time, Sarge. That's what he says.
It's what he says. That's what he says. What do you think about this one, my friend?
Jey Uso is going to win. It's not time to lose yet. No. I don't know I'm worried about the chemistry between these two. I hope the match isn't sloppy.
Yeah,
that's all.
Interesting.
So,
Blade, what do you think, my friend?
I'm just taking all the HD stuff, but yeah, that
you go first next time.
Yeah, right. I kind of agree, actually. Uso's gonna win, but it could also surprise us and be a really good match. I mean, these both of them can surprise us and come out with really good quality work.
I think this one is going to surprise us.
Yeah. I hope it does.
I think it could very well be, honestly, the match of the night.
Could be.
It could very well happen. I'm going to make a prediction before the prediction. Are you ready?
Yeah.
The superfan Nematode Nelly, Tim Williams, I bet you money that he's going to say in a text to me later on that Logan Paul wins this match.
He's going to say that out of spite.
Yep, exactly.
They're not going to crown a new world champion on Saturday night's main event.
We're going to be yeeting all night long.
Yeet.
John Cena. And now it has not been said that it's for the championship yet. And it may very well not be.
Probably not.
But from what we have seen, John Cena is going to be taking on R-Truth. Your thoughts on this particular matchup?
I don't know where they're going. I don't know if it's going to be like a DQ. If Cena's just going to beat him up in DQ with a weapon or something. R-Truth wins by DQ. I honestly don't know where they're going with this, but I guess Cena's going to get the win, I guess.
So you're actually going to say John Cena's going to pick up?
I'm very wishy-washy on it, but yeah, John Cena's going to win.
I think that R-Truth is actually going to pick up the win.
I would love that. I would love that.
But it will be by disqualification.
That's fair. Yeah.
I think that R-Truth gets under John Cena's skin so much and is one-upping him so much. I think this is one and done.
Okay.
I think it's over after this, and we won't see R-Truth for a while, unfortunately.
Fair enough.
Blade, what you think?
I think R-Truth leaves Tampa, Florida, the champion.
I would love it.
Breaking news right here from Blade Lennox.
I would love
You heard it here first. No, I think it's going to work out exactly how you guys said. I think R-Truth is going to come away with the win. I think he's going to be like celebrating, oddly enough. It's going to be hilarious, and then he's going to get destroyed.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think you are correct. Damian Priest, we're seeing it again. Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre, but this time inside the confines of a steel cage.
I feel like Drew needs this, but I don't know where they go after this for either guy. I don't know where does Drew or Damian go with a loss or a victory. But I feel like Drew needs this because he lost his last cage match against CM Punk.
He did in that Hell in a Cell.
Yep,
you're right. So I think
it's going to be Drew,
or that Drew McIntyre is going to pick up the actual win in this.
Well, I'm second guessing myself because of WrestleMania. You think a cage match will start the show or end the show?
I think that's one of those ones that's going to be in the middle of the
show. A cage match in the middle of the show?
Yep.
Man, if it's going to be in the middle of the show, I don't know. I still feel like Drew is going to win.
I can't see it being the main event with John Cena being on there.
Cage match, though. It's a cage match.
I think you gotta
you could be right. It could open up.
I think you got to open with it, yeah.
And if you open it, you open up with a feel good. Like, I'm all over the place with this one because I don't know what they're thinking.
Right now, right this moment. Right now, right this moment, because we've only got 2 minutes left. I need an answer.
All right, Drew.
Drew's going to pick
even
up
though Damian could win because he lost at WrestleMania.
Blade, who you got in this one, my friend?
I'll be contrarian and go with Damian, but I think what we're seeing here with these two guys is just the effects of having a really, really good roster. Sadly, these two have kind of got stuck in the limbo. And I think they're both really talented, and I hope to see, with wherever they go next, maybe include them a little more. But, yeah, it's felt kind of stale. And like they've just been kind of going with the motions lately.
I agree with both of you on all your different points that you have. However, on this one, I think, HD, you're right. I think Drew McIntyre does pick up the win for the simple fact that the last time he was in a steel cage match, he lost.
So he beats Damian twice in a row. What does that do to Damian?
And plus, the last time it was Damian that put Drew McIntyre really through those two tables that we saw. And that 4-way U.S. Heavyweight Championship match. So it's time for Drew to do something back to him, basically.
I hope it's over after
and
this.
I hope that it is over after that. Finally, real quick, CM Punk and Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. I think that Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker is going to pick up the win in this one. And I also am going to say that Sami Zayn turns on CM Punk and joins up with Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker.
I've heard the rumors. I'm indifferent about it because I'm indifferent about Seth Rollins' whole new group to begin with. So CM Punk is on a losing streak, I guess is what we're saying. I agree. I think I agree with you.
Okay.
Seth Rollins' team needs the win.
Blade Lennox, what do you think about this one real quick?
I agree with both of you. Yeah, I think they get the win, and I'm also not really understanding the whole Seth Rollins thing. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a head scratcher over the last couple of weeks or so.
Yeah. Why does
Where are
Seth
they
Rollins?
going
Yeah,
with
why
this?
does he even need Paul Heyman? Like what?
Right.
They haven't even described really what this group is.
Really hasn't. But
Yeah.
maybe we'll see it after this. Who knows? Who knows? Well, for HD Daniels,
Yeet.
for our super fan that's not here right now, he'll be back next weekend. A big, huge thanks to Blade Lennox. Thank you so much, my friend. We hope to see you again soon. I'm Sarge Phillips saying,
Live
go
from the
watch
Gateway
some
Fiber
wrestling.
Studios, online at gatewayfiber.com. News Radio 105.3, 1280 KYRO Troy. It's 12 o'clock in the Heartland.
This Sunday, Out of Office.